Welcome back to the Presence of Being podcast. I hope you are having a great day wherever you are listening to this. In this recording, I want to talk about a movie that I just watched recently that I think ties right into everything that we talk about in these recordings. I think this movie teaches us a lot about life, finding purpose and meaning in one's life, and the importance of being present in one's daily life. And the movie that I'm talking about here is Disney Pixar's Soul. Now, this is a children's movie, but I did some reading on it and it's very deep. This movie is a children's movie. It's marketed and geared towards children, but I think Disney and Pixar understand the fact that parents, adults, are taking their kids to see this movie. They know that adults are going to be watching this movie as well with their kids, and Disney and Pixar understand that, of course, the movie needs to be entertaining and engaging for their younger audience, like the kids watching the movies, but it also needs to offer something up to the parents, the adults that are taking their children to the movies to watch, their films. The kids will be able to watch the movie and enjoy the fun characters and the humor that's displayed within the film, but the adults that are at the theater watching the film are able to connect on a much deeper level and actually reflect on the deep meaning that's being conveyed within the storytelling and within the plot. As I said, I did some reading beforehand on this film, and I knew that this was going to be a good movie and a movie that I personally resonate with, and it's been on my radar for a while now. So yesterday I turned it on, I watched it, and instantly after watching it, I knew I wanted to make a recording talking about this and my reflections after watching that film and share some wisdom, hopefully without giving away any spoilers, just why I think this film is a masterpiece, honestly. And hopefully by the end of me talking here, if you find some time, you're able to watch it, and I'm sure you're going to resonate and connect with it as well if you enjoy listening to these kind of recordings, because I really think there's a lot of parallel here between the kind of things that we talk about and the movie. And if you have already seen the movie, then you definitely know what I'm talking about here. So the movie follows Joe, who's a middle-aged musician who is a band teacher for middle school kids. And he feels like his true purpose in life is to become a famous jazz musician. Now, Joe isn't that content with his life, and he feels like he could be doing more than what he is currently doing, which is teaching middle school kids band class. Now, after getting into an accident, Joe's soul enters this other realm. And in this other realm, he is basically assigned to help this other soul find its spark or purpose. And in this process, he comes to understand the true meaning of life, the true meaning behind what it means to have a soul. In the beginning of the movie, we come to realize that Joe is so focused on achieving his dream of becoming a famous jazz musician that he slowly forgets what living really means. He forgets to live because he's so focused on getting or achieving that dream, getting to that desired destination that he has. Soul is really about this search for meaning, this idea that we often get caught up in pursuing some big purpose or some big goal in our lives that we kind of forget the fact that we're actually alive and that we get to experience this thing called life. Obviously, you know what we're all about here at Presence of Being, promoting presence and practicing presence in one's daily life and learning to appreciate the present moment. And I think the idea of living in the moment really comes into play at the middle to latter end of the movie. And again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but one thing that I really took away is realizing that Joe, the main character in this movie, spends most of his life thinking about his spark, his true purpose in life, which is becoming that famous jazz musician. He's chasing this dream with such intensity, thinking that this is his purpose, this is what he needs to do, and he neglects the beauty of simply being alive. He neglects the beauty of simply living because all he's doing is chasing. And I think this theme within the movie can relate to a lot of people. We're so fixated on getting somewhere in the future, getting to our goals, getting into a relationship, getting a promotion or a new job or this or that, whatever it might be, that we forget to appreciate the small everyday moments that make life really worth living in the first place. And I want you, whoever is listening to this, to reflect on this in your own life. How many times have you been so focused on getting somewhere in the future, arriving at a specific destination in your future, that you've really missed what's right in front of you? You know, we tend to undervalue the things that we have and overlook the things that we have because we just want to get somewhere else, somewhere ahead of us, whether it be a career milestone or a personal milestone, working towards a goal, whatever it is. How many times have you been so focused on that you really don't appreciate what's right here, right now, right in front of you? This moment, the moment that we have right here, right now. This movie does such an incredible job at reminding us that our spark, our purpose, isn't necessarily some massive thing, some lofty achievement that we have to strive every single day towards. Instead, your purpose, or purpose generally, can be found in the most mundane, simple, everyday things. Enjoying a nice walk with a loved one, or having a cup of coffee in the morning, or enjoying a beautiful piece of artwork, or listening to your favorite song. Those quiet moments, maybe where you're just sitting with yourself. Those kind of things that just seem so ordinary that people just overlook. That could be our purpose. Just being present in those moments. That's where the true richness of life ultimately lies. And we learn that from watching this film. So many people, I feel like they just go through the motions and they're drifting, I guess you could say, through life, and they have no real spark or no real purpose. The fact that we're here is the purpose. Enjoy each moment. Now, there's also a handful of people who all they do is search for meaning, and they're trying to figure out what their purpose is. Sometimes when you search for meaning and you're chasing something, whatever it is, that feeling of purpose, that inspiration, that motivation, you're forgetting the fact that life is now. It's unfolding as we speak. Instead of trying to find something grand to call your mission or your purpose or your spark, can you name a moment that seems so insignificant to you where you just were present in the moment, sitting at a park bench somewhere, enjoying life? Let that be your purpose. To just fully engage in that moment rather than trying to search for some grand purpose externally. The main character, Joe, in this movie, initially thinks that his spark or his purpose, the thing that gives real meaning to his life, is his dream of becoming a famous jazz musician. But he comes to realize that his spark isn't necessarily his mission, his purpose. It's just something that makes him feel truly and utterly alive. True purpose, true meaning comes from embracing the here and now, embracing the present moment, and enjoying the simple, ordinary things that just make us happy, make us fulfilled internally. You know, we come to learn that when Joe plays music, he's playing his piano, if he's just enjoying his surroundings, that's when he feels most alive. Not because he's reached some external goal or has some medal or some trophy or some milestone or accomplishment that he's gotten externally. It's because he's in the moment, he's present, he's here. He's actually enjoying the experience of just being present, being here. So I urge you, again, whoever's listening to this, to find more purpose in your day-to-day life by appreciating where you're at, appreciating the people you have around you, and the things that you do on a day-to-day basis that bring you more joy, whether it's joy for a minute or joy for 30 minutes. Like I said, sitting on a park bench and enjoying your environment, going for a walk, whatever it might be. Enjoy that instead of future projecting somewhere and thinking that you can only be happy or fulfilled when you reach a specific milestone or a specific goal or get to a specific destination or achieve or accomplish something in your future. This is where true meaning comes from. Those little moments, being in the moment, appreciating your own presence in the moment. So start shifting your focus and embracing the now instead of always thinking about what's to come, what's next. Remember that true fulfillment and happiness doesn't come from reaching anywhere out there. It comes from living true to you, being in the moment, appreciating where you are, and being grateful for the things that you have rather than feeling this lack because you aren't yet in the places you want to be in. I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but the reason I'm doing that is because I think it's really important. Next time you're listening to your favorite podcast, maybe it's this one, maybe it's not, actually be present with it. Listen to it fully. Don't half engage in it, enjoy it. If it brings you joy, don't be distracted by something else. Don't let it just be a means to an end. Enjoy it. Be in the moment with it. If you're eating out somewhere, enjoying a good meal, actually enjoy that meal. Be in the moment with it. If you're going for a walk, be in the moment with it. Enjoy it fully to the best of your ability. Enjoy all of it. If you're in conversation with someone you love, or a friend of yours, whatever it is, a family member, actually be fully present and fully engaged in the moment in that conversation. You'll get more out of it. You'll find more meaning in it. Life is only ever now. The more time you spend time consciously in the present moment and appreciating the present moment, that's when you start to really live, at least in my opinion. So before just wrapping up and finishing this recording, I want to leave you with one question, which is, what is one small thing you can start to do today after listening to this recording to be more in the moment, to find more joy and meaning in the present moment? Like I said, whether it's going for a walk, listening to your favorite song, whatever it is, sitting quietly for 5 minutes, find more joy in the present moment. So I just want to thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of Presence of Being. It means the world to me. I'm very grateful that you're here, part of what we're building here. If you enjoyed listening to this recording, subscribing, liking, following the podcast would mean a lot. If you have any comments or questions or anything, you can always shoot me a message on Instagram or leaving a comment, and I'll definitely get back to you. Thank you again for being here, and I will see you in the next recording very soon.